All right. Hello there. Hope you are doing well. Happy Friday. It is Friday, March the 27th, 2026. And it is time to talk about Arrow Video June 2026 announcements. Yes, we now have half of this year's planned releases from Arrow Video now that have been announced. So I am very excited to come on here and share with you my reactions to these titles. And really, I'm even more excited to hear what your reactions to these titles are, because I think that this is a very interesting lineup. And this is a lineup that I think carries a very eclectic mix of titles. It's really one of those classic Arrow video lineups. It's definitely heavy on specific genres. It's international in flavor and very much collector focused. This is a slate that has some good Hong Kong, flavor to it. It's also got some Japanese horror, noir films, cult exploitation, and of course, a major box set that I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about. This is a slate that I look at and I think to myself, this is less mainstream and more in that space of deep cuts and collector appeal. So on the other side of this, we're going to share reactions to Arrow Video's June 2026 lineup. This is definitely an interesting one. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. So let's not waste any time. Hope you're having a great Friday. Let's talk about Arrow Video. Yes, our friends at Arrow Video have announced their titles that they are releasing in June 2026, and it is an exciting time to be a fan of physical media and a fan of Arrow Video. I think earlier this week, Arrow Video just dropped a little nugget of news that a lot of people got very excited about. I'll go ahead and put it up here. I believe this is coming out in the month of July. Stranger Things, the complete series on 4K Ultra HD. This is a very exciting announcement for a number of different reasons. I think even of itself, whatever else comes, from this, just this set itself, I find personally to be extremely exciting. Not because I personally plan to buy this, because I don't, but I find it exciting just from a collector perspective. You look at this set, it looks like an absolute home run piece of physical media for fans of this series. Now, I happen to like Stranger Things. I happen to have this wonderful Target edition here for the first season of Stranger Things. So it has this nice VHS aesthetic to it. And I absolutely love it. So I have this edition of Stranger Things for the first season and on Blu-ray. And I've seen the first season, I've seen the first episode of season two, and that's pretty much it. And as far as the rest of the series goes, to be honest with you, I'm not as keenly interested in seeing the rest of it. I did catch a few glimpses of season five. I think my son had it on the TV a little while ago, and I got to be honest with you, I was not digging what I was seeing on screen. I was like, wow, this series has gotten even weirder than that first season. I don't think I would be into this aspect of the series, but I very much liked this first season. And so, from a Stranger Things standpoint, I think I'm good. I don't plan to pick up that set, but I do think that this is a set that a lot of people are going to be jumping on. I've heard there's different deals out there, so definitely, avail yourself of the deals. I heard that Amazon has this available for pre-order now. I think that other places have had a discounted pricing, so definitely shop around a little bit. But if you are interested in this series, if you're a big Stranger Things fan, Arrow Video is definitely serving it up for you, and I believe this comes out in the month of July. So that is super, super exciting. So we're going to get into these June announcements for Arrow Video, but before we do, we're going to check out a few comments and see who is out there. Again, hope you are all having a great Friday. Hope that you've had a great work week. I feel like my work week wrapped up very nicely just a few minutes ago, and had a chance to have some lunch with some fellows, with some former coworkers, and It's always nice to connect with people and just see people, you know. Beautiful, beautiful Friday it has been here in the Atlanta metropolitan area here in the United States of America, North America. All right, so we have Hey James that I'm saving on this drop made by Audition, but I already own Arrow's previous release of that. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I do not own Audition. I don't own any of these titles for the month of June. So these will be discoveries for me for sure. Very excited for this lineup. Love both Bullet in the Head and Audition. I've heard great things so far, a lot of excitement about these titles. So I'm very much looking forward to checking out some of these titles for sure. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well, Berserker Cinema. Shiloh, I know you're excited about these titles too, but come on, I'm trying to talk to the people, okay? Um, is your wallet lighter like mine after the Criterion, Arrow, Kino Lorber, and Target sales this week? Just a little bit. You know, I did take part in the flash sale, Criterion's 24-hour flash sale on their site, and I'll be sharing that haul coming up this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. Picked up a few titles in that, so super excited about those titles, and so very excited about that haul. Okay. Uh, yeah, I had to reschedule with the HVAC people. Yes, happy Friday, James. I hope the Criterion haul went well. Can't wait to see what you picked up. Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to sharing it this weekend. I am unaware of the title, so I am seeing them for the first time now. It'd be a first time watch for me too. Now we are talking. I'm a Criterion guy, but I am more excited about these announcements than Criterion's June announcements. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if Criterion is not, you know, getting it there, is not getting the excitement meter high for you 1 month, maybe Arrow Video can pick up the slack and vice versa. Let's see. Akers is excited. Akers best commentary recently. Oh boy, there's so many great ones. I'll have to come back on that one. There's a lot of great ones. I always love a good commentary track on a disc. Thoughts on Under Siege once you see the Arrow features? I don't have that edition. I've heard good things about it, but I don't have it. What's best Steve Martin movie moments? Oh my goodness. I would say for me, certainly Father of the Bride was a good one. It's Complicated, really good one. Love him in that. Love him in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And I loved his monologue at the Oscars, I think in 2001, one of the all-time great monologues in the history of the Academy Awards, in my opinion. All right, so great. Glad that you are all joining this evening. It is time to jump into these Arrow titles. Now, as many of you know, if you've joined previous Arrow streams of mine, you know that I get my Arrow video updates via Twitter. So our friends over at Twitter or X, that's where I see when they are about to start announcing their titles, they'll say it's time for our new title reveals. In this case, it's time for our June title reveals. So very excited about that. So let's see what they are. The first title here is Bullet in the Head in the UK. So I believe that Bullet in the Head is only coming out in the UK, if I'm double checking here. Going in the UK, in the UK. Yes. So Bullet in the Head is a UK only release, but it's available on limited edition Blu-ray and limited edition 4K. So let's check out the limited edition 4K listing. This is the John Woo film. And this is a film again directed by John Woo. And this one is definitely a big deal. I have not seen this one. And apparently, it's a darker, more brutal companion to The Killer and A Better Tomorrow. This involves war plus brotherhood plus tragedy. It's got the Vietnam War as a backdrop. And this is one of John Woo's most emotional and politically charged films. So I am looking forward to picking up this title on 4K Ultra HD. This is the title that I think I'm most interested in this month's slate from Arrow Video, and it looks like is coming in a chunky box set. Just based on this configuration in this picture, it just has the look and feel that is coming out in a chunky box set, but I do not have that confirmed. This is the limited edition 4K Ultra HD coming out June the 21st, 2026. So very excited about that. Says after reinventing the action film with the killer, John Woo would turn inward and deliver the semi-autobiographical bullet in the head, complementing the stylistic flourishes that made his name with an unflinching and nihilistic brutality to deliver one of the most intense war films of all time. This sounds very exciting. It says set during the Vietnam War, the film follows B, Phi, and Wing, iconic actors Tony Leung, Chi Hua, Jackie Chung, and Weis Lee, three best friends fleeing from Hong Kong to seek their fortune as smugglers. In Saigon, they join forces with fellow expat Locke and double-cross the ruthless gangster Long to steal his gold and rescue nightclub singer Sao Ching from his clutches. The gang must fight their way out of the country in a nightmarish odyssey where each new battle pushes them beyond their limits and threatens to destroy their friendship. I'm in. I'm definitely in. This sounds very interesting, very much up my alley. This is a piece of Hong Kong cinema from one of the all-time greats, John Woo. It is one I have not seen and one that I've heard good things about, and I'm looking forward to this edition. This is one that I'll be ordering from one of those, places like Orbit or whoever will have an avenue to get this imported. So definitely looking forward to picking up Bullet in the Head limited edition 4K Ultra HD June the 21st. Now, this will include 4K limited edition contents, reversible sleeve and double-sided fold-out poster. You get 6 postcard reproduction art cards right here. So very excited about that. Collector's Perfect bound booklet. So that's great. And then you get the theatrical cut of the film and you get the festival cut on Blu-ray. So the theatrical cut is going to be on the 4K disc 1 and disc 2 will have the festival cut. And you're going to get Dolby Vision. So that's great. For audio, you get Dolby Atmos audio and original lossless Cantonese mono. So that is great. Optional, newly translated English subtitles for the Cantonese audio and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing for the English audio. Brand new audio commentary. Fantastic. Get deleted scenes, alternate boardroom ending. So very nice. I mean, doesn't look like a ton of features. You do get a brand new commentary, which is nice. You get the Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, fantastic. But it doesn't look like it has like a ton of like on disc features. But let's double check here. Excuse me. You don't get a lot of the features on the 4K, but there is a disc 3 that has a lot of extras, a Blu-ray on disc 3 that has a ton of extras. So brand new interviews, several brand new interviews. Look at this. A cavalcade of brand new interviews, a smorgasbord, a full meal of brand new interviews, starting with one with director John Woo. Very exciting. You have the Hong Kong Confidential Insight Bullet in the Head, a brand new interview with author and Hong Kong film expert Grady Hendrix. Apocalypse How, a brand new interview with author and historian Dr. Lars Lahmann. Wow. So you do get some archival interviews here at the end, but you get a ton of brand new interviews on this extras disc on the Blu-ray. Now, disc 2 has this festival cut, which is on 1080p Blu-ray, which includes the original Cantonese lossless mono audio. You get the extended festival cut, including footage previously exclusive to the theatrical cut, and an option to play with the alternate boardroom ending. So, wow, this looks like an absolutely fantastic addition from Arrow Video. Again, it looks like it's coming in the chunky box set that we all love to see. But I love this cover. I love the art of this cover. And this just looks like an absolutely fantastic release from Arrow Video. Here you have the reversible, art. I believe this would have been the original theatrical art here. And then this is the newly commissioned art, I believe. And then this is the contents of the set. This to me, folks, based upon what I've seen so far of this lineup, and I've only kind of perused it briefly before coming on here this evening, this is the one that I'm super excited about more than any others. I'm still going to be researching the others, but this is one that I look at and I think to myself, I am definitely picking this one up. I am looking forward to this one, Bullet in the Head, limited edition 4K Ultra HD, coming from Arrow Video, June the 21st. So yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing what you all think about Bullet in the Head, coming out in the UK from Arrow Video in June. All right. So the next title that we're going to look at here is a title starring James Garner, and it is Marlowe. So this is an interesting title that again, this is another title that I will be discovering. I'm just looking at some information here on Marlowe. It's a neo-noir take on Raymond Chandler's Detective, starring James Garner. It's a more playful and modernized noir, and this is noir transitioning into the late 60s, less shadow, more attitude. So, okay. So Arrow Video is continuing to build out their noir catalog. Of course, I like James Garner. Of course, he starred in the Rockford Files back in the day. And this is going to be available in the United States, in Canada, and the UK. It's going to be a limited edition Blu-ray. So let's go ahead and click on this link here to check this one out. This is going to be available for a pre-order price of £18 here. You see, it's going to come in this, see, Welcome to Marlowe County. This looks like a pretty interesting looking film. Now, I'll have to see what the premise is. It says Philip Marlowe is a private eye. For $50, you can buy his brain, his fists, and his 44 Magnum Special. If you want blood, he'll give that to you too. Okay, well, sounds like he's pretty accommodating. Following in the footsteps of Dick Powell and Humphrey Bogart, James Garner brought iconic private investigator Philip Marlowe into the age of Aquarius in this 1969 neo-noir based on Raymond Chandler's classic novel, The Little Sister. Okay, so Philip Marlowe is hired to find someone's brother. It seems like just another missing persons case, but soon enough, Marlowe's investigation leads him on a trail of blackmail and murder, all of it seemingly linked to a mobster and his TV star mistress. Luscious starlets, pugnacious gangsters, suspicious cops and corpses with ice picks jammed in their necks. Welcome to Marlowe County. Okay, sounds interesting. Now, this is going to come out on June the 7th, so very early in the month of June. And this features a brand new restoration from the original 35 millimeter camera negative. So it says brand new restoration. Doesn't say 4K restoration, just says brand new restoration. Okay. High definition 1080p Blu-ray, $100 a day plus expenses, a brand new appreciation, theatrical trailer, image gallery, reversible sleeve, and a collector's booklet. So in this case, you are not getting a ton of on-disc features. There's no commentary here. There is a brand new appreciation of the film, and that appears to be about it, other than the trailer and an image gallery. So it's not a packed edition, but if you're a fan of this movie, this is definitely one to pick up. For me, I think this is one that I'm going to reserve for like one of those 50% off sales, that I can pick this up at Barnes and Noble for half off. Definitely will plan to probably do that down the road, but this is not one that I look at and think that I need to pick up immediately. But this is going to be coming out on June the 7th from Arrow Video on a limited edition Blu-ray. So that is Marlowe, starring James Garner. So let me come out here and cover one more and pop out and just get a feel for what y'all are thinking this Friday evening and what y'all are getting into this Friday evening and everything. No, that's my water. Shiloh, you got your water out there. So let's see here. Audition. This is another title that I think a lot of people are excited about this month that I want to talk about. And this is another one that'll be a discovery for me. It's going to be coming out in the United States and Canada. Canada through Unobstructed View, Diabolic DVD for the United States, and it's coming out in the UK as well, limited edition 4K Ultra HD. So that is very, very exciting. Very exciting. So let's go ahead and click. Let's see. Let's go ahead and click the Canadian. No, let's take the Diabolic DVD link. Let's give them a look. Let's give them a chance. Audition Le Arrow US 4K UHD pre-order. So this is going to be available for a pre-order price of $33.99. Diabolic DVD. So coming soon, coming out June the 16th, June 16th, and pulling the audience into a story that will lead to one of the most harrowing climaxes in cinema history. Takashi Miike twists and turns us through delirious editing and shocking visuals for one of the most depraved nightmares of all time, now presented in stunning 4K Ultra HD. I think this is one I'm also interested in picking up. I've heard good things about this. I'm definitely intrigued. It says one of the most notorious J-horror films ever made, Takashi Miike's Audition exploded onto the festival circuit at the turn of the 21st century to a chorus of awards and praise. The film catapulted Miike to the international scene and paved the way for such other genre delights as Ichi the Killer and 13 Assassins. So in recent widower, Shigeru Oyama is advised by his son to find a new wife. He seeks the advice of a colleague having been out of the dating scene for many years. The two men decide to take advantage of their position working at a film company to stage an audition to find the perfect partner. Okay, that's interesting. An audition. Okay. Interviewing a series of women, Shigaru soon becomes enchanted by Asami, a quiet 24-year-old woman who is immediately responsive to his charms. However, events quickly take a very dark and twisted turn as we find that Asami isn't what she seems to be. Okay. This definitely sounds very, very interesting. The premise itself definitely sells itself. This is a brand new 4K restoration from these original Super 16 millimeter camera negative. So this is 16 millimeter, okay, by Arrow Films, approved by the director of photography, Hideo Yamamoto. A 4K presentation in Dolby Vision, newly restored original lossless stereo and 4.0 audio, plus optional DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, introduction by Takashi Miike, and audio commentary by the director and the screenwriter, Daisuke Tengan, another audio commentary by a Miike biographer, and a couple of brand new interviews. You had an appreciation, archive interviews, an audio essay, and a collector's booklet and a reversible sleeve. So now this is just a 4K only, and it looks like it's going to come in just a regular, 4K limited edition, not a chunky box, which, is fine. You don't need a chunky box for everything. But this looks like a very fascinating film, fascinating premise, is going into that J-horror genre. And this is definitely one that has my attention. So this is coming out again on the 16th of June of this year. It is Audition, and it is part of what looks like a very compelling lineup for Arrow Video so far as we go through these titles. And I want to get your thoughts on it as well. Are you all as excited as I am with some of these titles? Let's see here. Where did I leave off? A Great Woo one. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Yeah, thanks. John Woo's a master. Let's see. I like the shot releases of these Hong Kong films, but these Arrow releases seem like a better overall package. That is the case in many cases, isn't it? I know Kino Lorber had released the Dollars Trilogy on 4K, and I never got those, and I'm super glad I didn't because Arrow Video came out with those sweet chunky boxes for each individual one last year. And now, of course, they're releasing those films again on 4K in a combined box set. But I'm kind of glad I got the additions I got. I'm perfectly happy with what I got. See your channel, great. This is one of my favorite Woo. Do you have two favorite action scenes in his up there? Interesting. I believe he did Mission Impossible too, didn't he? I really enjoyed his work there, but other than that, I have not seen a lot of his films, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting into more of his films. Thanks, great features, and thank you for your comment there, Akers. Uh, if you were in a movie, who you want to direct. Oh gosh, who would I want to direct it? I'm going to stick with living directors. I would say maybe Christopher Nolan, maybe Martin Scorsese, maybe one of those two, perhaps. I'm really impressed with these Arrow releases so far. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. Will you acquire inner space? I don't have plans to at the moment. I think it's that coming out in May. That's coming out in like either May or April, isn't it? See, the edition of is incredible. This edition of BITFH is incredible. Okay. I am, let me make sure I understand what, oh, bullet in the head, bullet in the head. Yes. Sometimes these acronyms it takes a second to pick it up. Thank you. Bullet in the head. Would you rather have Newton Boys or Bad Girls Western Special Edition? That's a good one. You got me stumped on that one. I'll have to think about that one. All right. Let's see. Marlowe's been on my watch list. Yeah, that's one that, like I said, I like the premise. It's one that I'm not in a hurry to pick up, but it's probably one I'm going to pick up in a future 50% off Barnes and Noble sale. Marlowe is fantastic. Very excited for this release. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's not packed with features, but if you really like the movie, it's got a new restoration, and you know, so I think it's going to be a nice presentation of that film. Never heard of Marlowe, but James Gardner and Bruce Lee. I'm picking it up. Yep. Now, is Bruce Lee in that film? Did I miss that? Maybe he is. This looks like a good release. I'll pick it up. Yep. One of my dad's favorite movies is Murder My Sweet with Dick Powell, and he also enjoys Rockford Fowl, so I imagine he'll get a kick out of Marlowe. Yeah, James Gardner for sure. For sure. For sure. Let's see. Would love to see Kino Lorber go really heavy. Rom-com soon, Wedding Planner, Fool's Gold. So many 2001s deserve great features and commentary. Yeah, yeah, and I do like how the different labels kind of go heavy in certain areas, and so if you collect Criterion, Arrow Video, and Kino Lorber, you are getting a very nice collection of a very nice broad breadth of films from different genres. Because each one kind of plays in different spaces with not an incredible amount of overlap, and so I like that. I'm so hyped for this Audition release, one of my all-time favorite films. I'm hearing great things about Bullet in the Head and Audition, so I'm looking forward to it. I want Arrow to tackle Strange Days. Oh yeah, that would be an interesting one. Okay, Groove has a 4K version of Bullet in the Head. Haven't gotten a chance to check it out yet. All right. Interesting, interesting. I thought Criterion had closed me out on ordering, but I'm going to have to get a few more. Kino Lorber and Arrow have a few things I want. The Audition sounds interesting. Cool. And then instant purchases for Google Made Me Cough are Bullet in the Head and Audition. Okay. Adrian, I am doing well. I'm doing well, and I hope you are doing well across the pond. Always a pleasure to have you join these streams, as always. And okay, yes, Lane is confirming that Bruce Lee is in Marlowe based on what I've read. Oh, that is cool. All the more reason I'll be picking that up. I'll be planning to pick that one up. Yes, Bruce Lee is in Marlowe. He has a famous scene where he wrecks Marlowe's office using his martial arts techniques. Oh, cool. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, very good. All right, let's jump back into these titles here. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of excitement around these titles, and I am getting more excited as well. More excited than I initially was, because I'll be honest, my initial take was, huh, but I took a step back. I stepped back and I thought, okay, let me give it a chance, So, definitely um am getting more excited the more I see these. So that's Audition. And now the next title is a title that I think was the hint that Arrow Video put out. Arrow Video put out a hint of on Wednesday, and I couldn't make heads or tails of what it was hinting at. And people were saying, "Oh, it's probably Wake in Fright." And so I was like, "Okay, well, we'll see." Now, this is coming out in the UK, US, and Canada on 4K Ultra HD. So let's go ahead and click this link right here. This is Wake in Fright, coming out on June the 28th. So near the end of the month, available for a pre-order price of £25. It's a limited edition 4K Ultra HD. So this is very exciting. You see the original theatrical art here. You see the newly commissioned art. And like I said before, I always like to put the original theatrical art. I like to use that version on the disc case because you have the newly commissioned art on the box. So that's the way I like to roll with these things. And I love the fact that Arrow Video gives you that reversible sleeve. I just totally dig that feature about them. But this stars Donald Pleasance, Gary Bond, Chips Rafferty, and Sylvia Kay. Wake and Fright. This is have a drink, mate, have a fight, mate, have a taste of dust and sweat, mate. There's nothing else out here. Raw and brutal in its depiction of outback country drinking culture in the 1970s, Wake in Fright is an uncompromising landmark of Australian cinema from director Ted Kotcheff, First Blood. Okay. So this is John Grant, Gary Bond Zulu, is a bored school teacher working in the remote outback, stops overnight in the frontier mining town of Bundinyaba on his way back to Sydney for the Christmas holidays. So after he loses all his savings in a bad gambling bet, he finds himself marooned and swept up in the vortex of a succession of hard drinking, hard living, and crude men led by Doc, Donald Pleasance Halloween, who threatened to make him just as crazy, drunk, and violent as they are. Wow. So this was ignored upon release. Wake in Fright has now been acclaimed as one of Australia's most legendary, unique, and horrifying contributions to cinema. So definitely sounds very, very interesting. And contributions to cinema by the likes of Martin Scorsese and Nick Cave, and it's presented here in a definitive 4K edition. So very, very interesting. 4K Ultra HD. This is coming out again at June 28th. You're going to have a 4K disc here and a 4K disc only in Dolby Vision. So that's great. Original lossless mono audio. You got a couple of audio commentaries. You have what appears to be several archival features. So it does not look like there's any new features that are being offered here. So I'm not familiar with the physical media history of this film. I suppose that other editions have been out, whether on DVD or Blu-ray, and it appears that all of these features here are from those previous editions. But of course, if you've never seen the film, if you've never gotten it before, these will all be new features for you and for me if I were to pick this one up. So this is coming out again at the end of the month of June. It is going to be available for a pre-order price of £25. And this is a very interesting sounding premise taking place in the outback in the down under in Australia. So sounds like a very interesting premise here with Donald Pleasance. Of course, he would appear in Halloween. I think this film might be before Halloween. So definitely interested in checking this out. Now, let me just confirm that real quick while we're looking at it. Wake in Fright. Oh, yeah, yeah. Wake in Fright came out in 1971. And apparently, I guess it was originally called Outback. Is that the case? It says after a bad gambling bet, a school teacher is marooned in a town full of crazy, drunk, violent men who threaten to make him just as crazy, drunk, and violent. So, okay. Well, that sounds very, very interesting. Doesn't sound like the kind of company I want to be in. But yeah. Yeah, that's Wake and Fright. So let's move on here to the next title here. If you are a fan of Wake and Fright, let us know that in the comments section. All right, now this is going to be a title that has, I think, more mainstream stream appeal. It's got that video game flavor to it. It is an adaptation of a video game, and it is Mortal Kombat. Let's see what we have here. My goodness. Okay. Mortal Kombat, a collection in Canada. And this is Mortal Kombat in the UK. And this is going to be available in the UK, US. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. This is going to be available in the UK, US, and Canada. Mortal Kombat Collection with a K, limited edition 4K. So let's check this out. For you Mortal Kombat fans, you are being served by Arrow Video. This is coming out, pre-order price of £35. It is going to be coming out at the end of the month, like Wake and Fright, on the 28th of June. And it looks like it is coming out in what appears to be a chunky box set. So this definitely appears to be a chunky box set. This includes Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Okay. So I believe, yeah, Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation, those two films. So very, very interesting development there. Getting both of these films on 4K Ultra HD. So this says a high impact fusion of martial arts mayhem, fantasy, spectacle, and video game mythology. The Mortal Kombat films brought arcade combat to the big screen with bone crunching action, iconic characters, and pure 90s attitude, helping turn a controversial fighting game into a global pop culture phenomenon. So this kicked off in 1995. Mortal Kombat, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, delivers a fast-paced, crowd-pleasing adaptation that pits Earth's greatest fighters, not mightiest fighters, greatest fighters against the forces of Outworld in a no-holds-barred tournament for the fate of humanity. So you have the original Mortal Kombat, and then you have Mortal Kombat Annihilation that came out in 1997. This is a 2-disc 4K Ultra HD edition. The first disc has Mortal Kombat. The second disc has Mortal Kombat Annihilation, both with 4K restorations from the original camera negative by Arrow Films. Both with each of these have 2 brand new audio commentaries, as well as several newly filmed interviews. So these are sets that are getting new restorations. They have Dolby Vision for both of the films. So that is very exciting. Brand new restorations, Dolby Vision, 5.1 audio, collector's perfect bound booklet, reversible sleeves. If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, I am not. But if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, this is an absolute must for you. This is the Mortal Kombat collection, both films on 4K Ultra HD, and you are definitely being served with this release. This is coming out again June the 28th, 2026. So Mortal Kombat is coming your way. Let me know if you're a big Mortal Kombat in the comment section. If you play the video games or if you just like the films, let me know in the comment section what you think about these titles. And if you're someone like myself who is not familiar with the Mortal Kombat series, is this something I should consider? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section. All right. So the next title coming up is, I believe, the last title, and it is a very exciting title. This is coming out in the UK, the US, and Canada. It is Jackie Chan's Breakout Hits, limited edition 4K Ultra HD. And this appears to be an absolute amazing set. There's also an Arrow Store exclusive limited edition available as well. So be aware of that. And we'll check out both of these, but let's check out this one first. This is Jackie Chan's Breakout Hits, limited edition 4K, pre-order price of £140. This is coming out June the 28th as well. So June 28th is a monster day from Arrow Video, headlined by this Jackie Chan 4K set. So these are his breakout hits. And it says here, no fear, no stuntman, no equal. He was the biggest movie star in the East for 2 decades, but Hong Kong action legend Jackie Chan had never successfully cracked the West until the 1990s kicked off a 6-film run a phenomenal smash hits that would finally make him an international household name, instantly synonymous with the most jaw-dropping and death-defying stunts ever put on screen. Wow. So you have 6 films here in the 1990s um, from Jackie Chan. So these are finally together and restored in 4K for the first time. This collection of unparalleled martial arts madness chronicles Jackie Chan's crossover to worldwide superstardom just before Rush Hour made him a bona fide Hollywood icon. So this is before he teamed up with Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. So these are like in the 1990s, in which no bone in his body is left unbroken in his quest to leave you entertained. Are you entertained? I hope so, because I've broken every bone in my body to do so. So very good, Jackie. Very, very good. So this is a limited 10K, 4K Ultra HD collection contents, brand new 4K restorations of each of these 6 films from the original negatives. Okay, so let's see. They're not all okay. Now let's see. Now, which ones have Dolby Vision? Disc 1, Drunken Master 2 will have Dolby Vision. Disc 2, Rumble in the Bronx, Hong Kong cut would have Dolby Vision, as well as the international cut, Thunderbolt, Dolby Vision, Police Story 4, First Strike, Dolby Vision, Police Story 4, First Strike International cut, same thing, Dolby Vision. So they all will have Dolby Vision HDR. Okay. So Who Am I, Mr. Nice Guy, Police Story 4, Thunderbolt, Rumble in the Bronx. So you have an absolute monster set, 160-page, perfect bound book. Wow, not a booklet, a book. Okay. 24 lobby cart reproductions, reversible poster with vintage poster artwork. Very nice. Several audio options, brand new commentaries, new features all over the place, brand new commentaries, electronic press kit interview. Oh my goodness, just several brand new commentaries, just a ton of special features. You can see here, this is an absolute packed set. If you're a fan of Jackie Chan, this is a set that will have you well entertained with films from over 30 years ago before he became more famous here in the United States and abroad. With Rush Hour, he did these breakout films here in the earlier part of the 1990s. And again, this is coming out June the 28th. This is a very exciting release from Arrow Video. Pre-order price of 140 pounds. Very, very exciting edition here. This is one that I might consider picking up, but we shall see. We shall see. But this is definitely one that I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about. So let's check out the Arrow Store exclusive edition. So this one available for a pre-order price of 140 pounds, I think similar to the other one. This is the Arrow exclusive edition. Now, what is exclusive about this edition? Let's see if it says down here. Arrow Store exclusive. Let's see what is unique about this one. I'm not sure. It might just be the packaging. It might just be the artwork. I'm not sure if there's anything from a content standpoint that makes it different. It looks like it's all the same content, but just different packaging. But double check me on that and let me know in the comments if you see something different. It just looks like it's different packaging than what is on the other edition. If you look back at this other edition, it's like in this red. The Arrow Store exclusive has this blue with slightly different artwork. So I think that's the only distinction. But let me know in the comments section if you see something different. So yeah, so these are the releases here. You get Bullet in the Head, one a lot of people are excited about. You get Audition, super exciting. Wake in Fright, Jackie Chan's breakout hits, Mortal Kombat, Marlowe. This is a very, very interesting slate from Arrow Video. I'm definitely excited about Bullet in the Head on 4K. Definitely picking that one up. Strongly interested in Audition on 4K. Will definitely give Marlowe a look in an upcoming 50% off Arrow sale at Barnes& and Noble. The others I will put on hold for now. Wake and Fright, Mortal Kombat, probably one on the bottom of the list for me personally. And the Jackie Chan set, very compelling, but I don't know if I want to shell out for that. I did the big Bruce Lee box set that Arrow Video put out the other year. Don't know if I want to do that for the Jackie Chan set, but we shall see. But I definitely want to pop out here and see what you all think and what titles you're most excited about. What is your favorite Arrow release? Wow, I have a number of favorite releases. Wild Things is a really good one. Videodrome, Barbarella, those are among my favorites. And I need to finish going through all of my Arrow titles. I need to definitely finish that. Of course, I'm going to be doing a review this weekend of this title that I had a chance to enjoy this week, Wild Style. This is a fascinating release. Man, recommended. If you like a little bit of history, cultural history, Wild Style is definitely one to consider picking up. Hip hop history, where it all kind of began, the early days in New York City in the early 1980s. Definitely one to consider picking up. But so I'll be doing a review of that on this channel very soon this weekend. So very excited about that. Oh, you love Wild Style? Excellent. Hello, James. Arrow titles I am picking up: Mortal Kombat 4K, the Marlowe Blu-ray, and love Bruce Lee and whatever he is in. Yeah, Bruce Lee was one of the all-time greats. Gone too soon. Gone too soon. Police Story and The Legend of the Drunken Master are my favorite Jackie Chan films. Cool. And I have Police Story and Police Story 2, that Criterion double pack that Criterion put out several years ago. Let's see. Jackie Chan is a unique athlete and artist. I have the Criterion Jackie Chan box set. Yeah, I just said that as well, but it doesn't have Drunken Master 2, which is a good one. I'm really looking forward to this box set. Yeah, and I also have the other set of Jackie Chan's films. So, yeah. Let's see here. The Jackie Chan collection looks great, but it's 140 pounds. So I'll wait for a sale. Yeah, that's probably a good call. Probably a good call. Another definite for the Jackie Chan set. We're going to wait for a sale. That's a good move for that one. I mean, I think for the sale price, you're definitely getting a lot of great content just based on what we just read through that whole scroll. You have to scroll to go through all the content. So it's going to be a monster release. And definitely capturing it on sale is, I think, the way to go. Let's see. Excitement for Wake and Fright. Been waiting for this one. Yeah, that's one that I think I'm going to read up on it a little bit more and decide if I want to pick that one up. I thought the hint Arrow put out was for To Live and Die in LA. Apparently not. Apparently it was for Wake and Fright. Say disappointed with Somewhere in Time. The transfers are very lackluster. Kino drops the ball on most of their transfers. Okay. All right. That is fair. But yeah. Yeah. So again, I love Wild Style. I love it too. Really fantastic. Just a very pleasant release to go through. I really enjoyed it, and will share my thoughts this weekend. The Arrow sale is dangerous. I just spent 200 quid. Ooh, wow. Well, I hope you got some good stuff. But yeah, another really fascinating slate from Arrow Video. I'm very excited about the first half of 2026 from both Arrow Video and Criterion. I think both of those labels put together, putting out some really nice stuff that a lot of people can be very excited about. I'm really looking forward to the flash sale contents coming on tomorrow. So very much looking forward to that and sharing my pickups from the flash sale probably this Sunday. And then, of course, looking forward to Criterion's release of Point Blank with Lee Marvin and Angie Dickinson, a 1960s film on 4K. So great stuff coming out this year so far from both Criterion and Arrow Video. Arrow Video just dropped some exciting announcements today. Definitely looking forward to picking up Bullet in the Head for myself. Um, that title, that 4K of that John Woo film. But if you're catching this on replay, let us know in the comments section what titles you are most excited about picking up. For those of you who joined me live today, I really do appreciate you. Hope you've had a great week and hope you have an even better Friday evening and weekend ahead. We'll be talking to you soon. Hope you have a great one and a great evening. God bless. Peace. Time to enjoy that weekend. Have a good one, everybody.